And we are back. Pokemon Leaf Green, Hardcore Nuzlocke. We're going to run into a randomizer this time around. Everything random. It's going to be absolute chaos. I'm hoping to get some legendaries as they're usually banned from our normal hardcore runs. But this one is absolutely plagued with challenges and obstacles to overcome just to get to that eventual run where we can take it all the way. So without further ado, let's dive in and see how crazy this gets. All right, so for our first attempt, we've got a team of 5 going into Brock. Our starter is actually the Lantern. It has immunity for its passive ability there. The Minun has Thick Fat. The Diglett has the Flame Body, so some very fun abilities. But as you saw there, it's essentially going to be a 3v2, as Minun does not learn anything for like 6 or 7 levels, so it's so hard to level them up. So we're just going to keep them in the back as well. So I'm hoping we can just get a nice sweep here with the little Diglett. We've got the Lord of the Rings names as well, which is a lot of fun. The Diglett pops off to get level 15. Aowen doing amazing, but then Brock's Ace is not an Onyx. It is a Swampert, which is just filthy. It's only weak to grass type moves, and as you can see, this team is not prepared. The other Pokemon we got was actually a Kakuna. So it was incredibly hard to train with only Harden to use for its ability. So we got stuck with these 3 Pokemon. I throw out Arwen trying to get some Nightshades off, but as you can see, that Swampert being fully evolved is just disgusting. So I'm trying to disable this water gun so we can get the little Diglett special going here, and Arwen is just tanking these water guns like nobody's business. We finally disable it, but it might be too late as Swampert has super effective abilities on the whole team here, and it is just looking so brutal right now. Again, this is our first attempt, and it looks like we're going to wipe to Brock. I am just cutting our losses. We're going to chuck Gimli out there, the little Kakuna that could, and it's going to take the water gun, and it dies on contact. Absolutely. Aragorn, our starter, in the wing here, trying to do something more, something greater. We can't use Thunderwave. It's got the ground type, and we miss the Supersonic. This is everything. Our accuracy drops off of the super effective Mudslap. This is just disgusting. Out of all the Pokemon that Brock could have, he completely flexes with a Swampert, and this just shows the absolute insanity of this challenge, really, and the confusion not doing enough to Swampert. It does look like we're going to wipe here. We are just flailing around. We are just flopping. Galadriel, I can't even get this out. We've got Growl and Thunderwave. Swampert snaps out of confusion, completely fades away with the tackle, and this is just brutal. This is absolutely brutal. The team is crying, the team is dying, and we never got a chance to see what it was like to evolve Arwen or Aowen, and as you can see, this is GG, no surrender at 15. It's all over. We go for a massive flail with 10 HP to our name, and Aragorn falls. The main character is gone. And with this run, this is going to be our first attempt down, and we're going to dive into the second one. And as you can see, there's just going to be some complications moving forward, but I will just go through and give you a little highlight reel, and we'll get this up to speed. So with the team falling, we almost killed the Swampert. Look at that. We get him to like 1 or 2 HP with the tiny little Diglett, but it's not enough, and we wipe. For our second attempt, we get the Slackoth for our starter, and we're going with the 100, a show on Netflix for the nicknames here, but really, it's all about the Dragonite. We're going to name her Lexa, and we are going to pop off this run. Dragonite is going to flex on anyone that we come in contact with, and it's going to end in the most tragic, the most disappointing and regrettable way possible. So if we could, can we just fast forward to that moment and get on with our lives? So as you can see, we are right here before Rock Tunnel. We are on our way to the 4th gym. The team is getting there. We've got a fully evolved Vileplume. We've almost got the Tentacruel. Octavia the Bagon is looking for that late game Salamence, and still in the front lines, Lexa the Dragonite is just going ham. The ability it has is like plus or minus from the Mind and Plus line, which is so, it's just nothing. It's absolutely nothing, but it doesn't matter as Monty goes for the evolution, and your boy Ellis locks in the random evolutions. I accidentally checked it, so we get our first evolution, and the little Natu evolves into a Smoochum, completely destroys the entire run. On to the third attempt. My gosh. All right, for our third attempt, the main highlight is Murphy. The Shiftry has pure power, which is just disgusting. Shiftry is deleting anything he sees, and I thought I went back into the randomizer and fixed the problem from the second attempt, but as you can see here, that, my friends, is not an As You Meryl. Onto the fourth attempt. All right, for our fourth attempt here, we lock in Bellamy the Growlithe, and we're going to take on our rival. This should be easy. All he has is a Murkrow to his name, but we have Bite, which is not very effective. On top of that, it's special attack damage, and we take so much damage off the top. Bellamy falls, as does the fourth attempt. All right, for our fifth attempt, we had a Volt Absorb Espeon and then a Dodrio that had Suction Cups, which doesn't really matter. But Dodrio is one of my favorite normal flying type Pokemon. It has access to that Tri-Attack, which is just beautiful. And I absolutely love Espeon. I just don't usually get to use them because Umbreon is available or Vaporeon. There's just so many good evolutions, but I really like Espeon. So this run was super hopeful, was super hype, and we end up wiping to our rival right before Golden Bridge, the Nugget Bridge there, right around Misty. So that is super unfortunate. On to the sixth attempt. For our sixth attempt, we get the Entei starting off with the legendary Fire Dog. We're going to name her Octavia. And on top of all of the issues we have had, we finally fixed the randomizer. We finally know what we need to do. And we go into this fight against our rival. We take him out pretty handedly, but at this moment, my OBS studio with which I used to record these videos had an update, and I forgot to turn my screen capture back on. So for this entire attempt, I record for about 3 hours nonstop, don't check it, and it's just a black screen. It is a black screen. I finally realized this around Lieutenant Surge, and I end up just rewriting it because I had lost that entire 3 hours worth of footage. So we are on to the seventh and hopefully final attempt. Let's roll the clip. All right, with all of the struggles we have faced, we have finally come to this moment. All of the rules are set up, all of the randomizer items are arranged. We are good to go. OBS is working. This is the run. So we got the Chinchou, we got the Seeking, and we got the Clefable for our potential starters here. And I do believe we are going to lock in the little Chinchou, and we're going to get this run underway. We're going to get the ball rolling, and I will keep you posted on the abilities of each of our encounters. So let's do it. For our Route 1 encounter in this randomized Nuzlocke, it is going to be the Surskit, the absolute Surskit, that bug water typing, and we're going to chuck the Pokeball and secure it. It's going to end up having the Cloud 9 ability, so not that great, but again, when it evolves, it does get a new ability, which can be really cool. And then for our Route 22 encounter right there where you take on your rival for the first time, it is going to be the fully evolved Slowking here. And this is going to be a fantastic encounter as it does have access to Curse and Yawn right out the gate. So you can do some incredibly cheesy setup strats. So let's go ahead and see what his ability is. So Slowking is actually a girl. I'm sorry about that, Lexa, but she ended up with a Rock Head for her ability, so no recoil damage. I don't know if we're going to see any use of that, but it's better than a negative nature, so I will take it. And then for our Route 2 encounter, it is going to be the big, beefy Wailord here. We're going to go ahead and catch this encounter, and it's going to end up with the Limber ability. It cannot be paralyzed, which is actually super useful, and we will take that. For our Viridian Forest encounter, it is going to be the little Snorunt here. We're going to chuck the Pokeball and secure it, and it's going to end up having the Shield Dust ability, so not too shabby there. All right, guys, I have looked everywhere for the footage of the first gym battle as well as the Mount Moon journey and the encounters there, and I cannot find it. I don't think I hit record. This entire Nuzlocke challenge is completely plagued with my stupidity and just failure to capture the awesomeness of this run. However, I don't even remember the first Pokemon that Brock sends out, but we kill them pretty handedly. But then Brock sends out a Hariyama instead of his normal Onix, and that Hariyama ends up killing both Lexi and Bellamy, the Slowking and Wailord, respectively there. The Surskit the Snorunt and the Chinchou all make it out alive. And now we are going to be on our way through Mount Moon. There's going to be multiple encounters that we're going to highlight, and then the footage is going to pick back up with the Misty Gym Challenge. So we're going to take that for this video. There's been a lot of nonsense, a lot of silliness happening, but I will keep you posted on all of those encounters, all of their randomized abilities, and we are going to be able to capture all of the deaths and just craziness for the rest of the run. Thank you so much for putting up with all of these technical difficulties and just failures on my part, but I am ready for the rest of this run. This is the 7th attempt. This is the dream. Let's see if it can become reality. As always, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it, and I will catch you on the flip. Peace.